Hi there. My name is Lily. I'm the one that's creepily putting my gloves on behind you. I'm going to be evaluating your hair and your scalp today, so is it okay if I start? Okay. I like to start off by, I put on gloves just because, avoiding oil transfer. Start off by clipping your hair. Have some hair clips out of the way so that I can do a proper evaluation of the scalp. Well, it can be caused by a variety of factors. Commonly, dryness, having a drier skin in general. Certain conditions, eczema, psoriasis, lice, obviously, but most people know when they have lice. Thank goodness. I mean, one time someone came in and was complaining of their scalp itching a lot, and we had a whole lockdown for like a year after I had to wear my hair up. But generally, you can tell when you've got lice. And then, in some people's case, an itchy scalp can be from product buildup, which is kind of what I'm seeing. So, if we don't thoroughly scratch our scalps and remove any gel, mousse, conditioner, pomade, whatever you're using, it starts to build up pretty badly on our scalps. It's not like it's not bad for you. Don't worry, you're not like affecting your health, but it means that it can make it a little harder for your hair to grow, and it can be really itchy. And overall, it means that your hair just doesn't feel as nice and clean as it could. So what I'm guessing, from what I'm seeing here, is that you use some kind of staying product, like, kind of looks like mousse to me. And that you don't wash it out. You just kind of go on the next day and mousse it again. Not that I'm not trying to call you out or anything. Okay. Well, that means it's building up and it might be harder while you're, when you do wash your hair. If you've got multiple layers of it building up like that, it can be, yeah. Well, I am gonna check everything before I make any evaluations, any judgments. Do you have any spots that are particularly itchy? Okay. Right. Oh, that's something I can take care of. So we can do a deep cleansing on your scalp today. I have a little bit of a product that'll kind of soak into your scalp, and I'll scratch it, and then we'll kind of pull out all that extra product. It'll be a lot easier than trying to fix the buildup at home yourself. Yeah, so we'll do just a little bit of scratching to get the bulk of it off. And then I'll use the chemical. I know when you use the word chemical, it can be a little disconcerting to people, but yeah, it just kind of combines with that extra product and with some of the dead skin and makes it easy to pull it off, so we can get your scalp super clean today. And then you can just have, you know, slightly better washing habits in the future. Or, you know, we also sell the formula to get rid of it, so you can just keep doing what you're doing and get the treatment done. That is always an option. Let me see about right here. This can be a place a lot of people miss. Right up here. So so I'm scratching some of the product off, and I am actually seeing that you have kind of a dry scalp too. So I see why you don't want to wash your hair as often. That totally makes sense to me. You know, with the drier skin, you shouldn't be washing your hair often. However, keep using the mousse like you've been using it, and the buildup is probably always going to be a problem. There are ways to wash your hair that don't dry it out as badly, but there are ways to wash your hair that don't dry it out as badly, but they're time consuming. They're a lot of work, so I understand why that's not something you'd be interested in. It's kind of up to you. How you want to proceed with that. But I can say, if you're itching and, you know, dry scalp, you can treat that today. But it's kind of a stopgap. It's going to require some habit changes. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd actually like to do that. I'd like to test your hair quality really quickly. We have different products and we like to use what works best for people. So I'm just going to take some of your hair in my fingers, okay, and just very gently rub it together. I'm not going to break any of it. And just kind of go down the strands like that. I'm just gently pulling it. Yeah, I'm kind of checking for oil too. There are some people, that's kind of like how, you know, there are some people that their feet are two different sizes. Yeah. Some people, their scalps need different products on different parts of it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing like any natural oils. Was there a point where you were washing your hair a lot more? Okay. Oh, see, that might be... I'm just going to check the other side of your head. Okay, so if your new routine of not washing your hair has kind of been in response to overwashing it, it's going to take some time. Right. It could be that your natural oil production will vamp back up after it's used to not getting washed as frequently, so the dry scalp is going to be less of an issue. Yeah. It should really drastically reduce the itchiness that you've been having. So I'm going to go ahead and just get in here and scratch some of the extra product off, and then we will massage in. Yeah, it really feels good. It's like a tea tree. Yeah. I'm just going around and trying to get off the big stuff. Sometimes I feel like I need 3 hands. I really want to work on this space right here, so let me I have a couple clips. I'm going to get your hair out of the way. Yeah, we'll just work in layers. Here we go. The scratching shouldn't hurt. Please do tell me if it does. Yep, we're just lifting up all that product and some of your dead skin as well. You know, what people call dandruff. Yeah, it's leaking right out. Yeah, do you have any allergies? Okay. So yeah, it just has tea tree and, you know, the regular, it doesn't have any surfactants or anything. It's tea tree water is the main ingredient, of course. So it doesn't have any rosemary in it. Which is always good to ask. Some people get in here and don't tell me they have allergies, and it's a nightmare. Okay. Well, I genuinely think that all of this is being caused by your new washing routine. I think that once your body gets accustomed to what you're doing, that this is all going to even itself out. Yeah. Start with that, and I'll get the front after this. There we go. I keep putting everything in the wrong pocket. Stuff is so hard to get out of my left pocket. I'm right-handed. just going to leave this little bit right here. Sorry about your eyes. Okay. Just getting right around your ear area, kind of near where your hairline ends. There we go. Right pocket. There we go. Right up here. And while I have that last pen back there, one more. I'd like to get the front here. I'm going to pin this in kind of a strange way. It's going to be a little bit in your face. I'm sorry. Here, I'll kind of. There you go. Right here near the scalp line, a lot of people kind of miss that when they go in with their shampoo. They'll kind of start on the crown up here, and they'll kind of ignore this front area. Sorry, I'm in your face. I'll try to stay over to the side like that. Okay. Yeah, so, let me take this last clip out of here. Let me grab the solution from the front here. 1 second. Yeah, you will feel something for sure. It's kind of a minty freshness, like imagine having mint gum put all over your head. Yeah, we're going to scratch it into your scalp pretty well here. So I'm just going to be massaging your head for a second here, okay? It's going to get your hair very messy. Yeah. Like I said, it's going to kind of combine with the leftover product on your head, as well as any extra dead skin. And then we're going to pull those off with some tweezers because they'll have a lot of hairs in between them, and I don't like to scratch at them because they just fall apart, so I just kind of put them out with the tweezers. Oh, is that okay? I used to work in a spa instead of like with the esthetician, like where we do more medical stuff, and I did a lot of head massage. Okay. Yep, I can put a little pressure back here. It's surprisingly something people don't like know to ask for. It's not an option in a lot of spas. You know, you get your hand. Some places do hand, foot, back, and then like your different kinds of back massages, your sports massage, your, the body massages. But like head massages, that's kind of a newer thing here, at least in the West, in my part of the West. The spa that I worked at, just a lot of people would come in and be like, "Oh, what is that?" Like, and I was like, "It's just like this. It's not complicated." But then I have to brush the hair afterward. Probably, but we get scolded if we don't make our appointments long enough. So we can do this for a little bit longer if you want. Definitely. People with short hair, it's way easier. Is it okay if I rest my hand on your chin? Okay. It helps me hold your head in place so I can put some pressure on the back of it like that. It can really mess up your hair. Do it on the other side. Gently. You want to use a lot of different kinds of techniques. People's skin tends to get sensitive to the same kind of movement over and over again. So even though this feels really good back here, you don't want to just keep doing that. You have to really mix it up. I'm not going to quite yet because I'm going to be using some tweezers on your hair and it'll just mess it all up again. I'll brush you out at the end. I do sometimes like to have a little extra help. Yeah, it can be hard to see, so. There's little bits yeah. Sometimes you kind of have to like dig under them, like to get them up. This spot especially, I was thinking. It can be that way, yeah. Kind of fun if you're into it. Well, you do get tipped more at the spa, but yeah, people feel less inclined to tip their more medical things, you know, which makes sense. The tipping culture is out of control anyway, but I do just get paid more for doing these kinds of things, so money-wise, yes, it is more fulfilling. Well, there's that too. I got about the same. You get less weirdos. I've thought about it, like doing both of them, but I don't really want to work that hard. The rest will just brush out. I'm just getting the big ones right now. It's not, this step is not vital. It probably would have brushed out really well, but some of the bigger ones are kind of like caked on, which is why I'm getting under them with the tweezers like that. So. We have really thick hair, so it does make it harder. And that can make it a lot harder to wash, too. It's a mess. I promise I'll fix it. We'll get you all squared away. Yeah, there's certainly a bit of a technique to it. But I mean, there's a technique to everything if you want there to be. Okay. Okay. we're gonna go ahead and get your hair brushed now, and then we can send you on your way. And I would love to see you again. You can schedule if you want. Like, I would give your hair care routine like a month to really set in. And you can make an appointment. I know that we can be kind of hard to book. So if you want to make an appointment and cancel it if you feel like you don't need it, that's fine too. But I would talk to Megan at the desk and yeah, and just tell her that you'd like to come back for a reevaluation. We'll take a look at your scalp again. We can talk about what your new habits are. But I do think that right now what's happening is your scalp is just adjusting to this new washing schedule we have. Our bodies really try to compensate for our choices, and sometimes they struggle. Yeah, you'll probably smell a little tea tree all day, a little medicinal. Some people like it. Well, I would suggest a trim. It's just, I'm not a stylist, but your ends are a little bit frayed and it's kind of hard to run a brush through your hair. So you might need one. No, we don't do that here. You'll have to. Yeah, we mostly do the medical stuff. I mean, when I went to school, I had to cut hair and stuff, but I've never done it professionally. It's always more like in the masseuse-ish. Well, and I'm one to talk. I never get my hair trimmed. Because it always, like, I feel like my hair grows fast, which I should think is a blessing. But not all of it grows fast, and so it gets really long, but only this tiny, tiny amount of it is long. So if I really want to cut the split ends, if I really want to give it a proper trim, I have to cut like a foot off of it, and then I lose so much length. And I don't really like on me the look of a straight cut across. Like, I think I look strange. I like it to have kind of that little end anyway, so. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just having a time. That's so nice. You have really beautiful hair though. Yeah, so do go to Dr. Megan, make yourself an appointment. We'll double check your hair, but I think that it's all going to even itself out in a couple weeks. Yeah, it's a pleasure.